Welcome back to ZE Coins, where we uncover hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1972 Lincoln cent, a penny that might just make you a millionaire. Stick around because you do not want to miss this. The 1972 Lincoln cent is a part of the famous Lincoln Memorial penny series, first introduced in 1959. It features the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor D. Brenner on the obverse, while the reverse showcases the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This penny was minted in large quantities at different U.S. mints, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with the Philadelphia Mint producing the majority of the. What makes the 1972 penny so special and valuable? Well, one of the main reasons collectors and coin enthusiasts hunt for this coin is because of the famous double die obverse variety. The doubling effect on the obverse is one of the most dramatic in U.S. coin history, and when found in high-grade conditions, these pennies can fetch thousands of dollars at auction. To identify the 1972 double die penny, check the inscriptions, especially in the words "I in God We Trust" and "Liberty." Also look at the date. If you see clear doubling, you might just have a rare and valuable coin. Now let us talk about the numbers. A regular 1972 Lincoln penny without any errors is worth about 2 to 5 cents due to its copper content. However, if you have the highly sought-after double die variety, it could be worth anywhere from a few $100s to over $15,000 in mint condition. Recent auctions have seen some of these coins sell for as high as $20,000 and even beyond if they are in pristine condition and certified by reputable grading companies such as PCGS or NGC. So where does the $1.9 million value come from? Well, while no official records exist of a 1972 Lincoln cent selling for this amount, some collectors speculate that an ultra-rare specimen or an undiscovered error coin could reach such astronomical figures in the right market circumstances. With high demand and competition among elite collectors, a unique variant of the 1972 penny could potentially break auction records in the future. You might be wondering how you can check if you have one of these rare coins in your pocket. The best way is to grab a magnifying glass and inspect your 1972 pennies for doubling on the lettering and date. If you suspect you have a valuable coin, consider getting it authenticated by a professional grading service. The 1972 Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of numismatic history that continues to intrigue collectors around the world. While finding a $1 million specimen is incredibly rare, there are still valuable varieties out there that could be hiding in your coin jar or pocket change, so keep an eye out because you never know when you might strike gold. We have something fascinating for all coin collectors and enthusiasts. We are going to talk about the 1979 Lincoln penny, a small but mighty coin that holds secrets and surprises. Could this be a penny worth thousands or even millions? Stay with us as we uncover its history, special varieties, and what makes some of these pennies sell for big money. Before we get into values, let's take a step back in time. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birth anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic image. Fast forward to 1979, the Lincoln penny was still in circulation, featuring the familiar Lincoln bust on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that had been used since 1959. This copper-coated coin might seem common, but certain varieties and errors have turned some of these pennies into valuable collector's items. The 1979 Lincoln penny was minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's what you need to know about its composition. Up until 1982, pennies were made primarily of 95% copper and 5% zinc. That means a 1979 penny has a higher copper content than today's pennies, making even common ones worth slightly more due to their metal value. A standard 1979 penny weighs 3.11 grams and has a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. But what makes a particular 1979 penny so special? The answer lies in rare errors and varieties. Now, let's talk about the key varieties and errors that can make your 1979 penny extremely valuable. First, we have the 1979 S-Type 1 and Type 2 proof pennies. The Type 1 has a filled mint mark, while the Type 2 has a clear mint mark. The Type 2 is rarer and more valuable among collectors. A high-grade proof Type 2 penny can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars in top condition. Next, we have the 1979 D Lincoln penny, struck at the Denver Mint. While most are common, some have doubling errors, known as a double die. If you have a 1979 D with clear doubling on the date or lettering, you could be looking at a rare find worth hundreds of dollars. The 1979 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is another coin to look out for. Philadelphia minted pennies didn't have a mint mark, but some have strong strike doubling, making them rare and sought after. Then we have the off-center strike errors. If you find a 1979 penny where the design is significantly misaligned, it could be worth anywhere from $50 to so. How much is a 1979 Lincoln penny actually worth today? For a circulated penny, its value remains at 1 cent, but due to the copper content, it is worth around 2 to 3 cents in melt value. Uncirculated 1979 pennies graded MS65 or higher can be worth around $5 to $20. And if you have a rare variety or error, the price jumps significantly. In recent years, high-grade examples and rare errors have fetched impressive sums at auctions. A 1979 S-Type 2 proof penny in pristine condition has sold for over $5,000. A rare off-center strike with a visible date has been valued at over $1,000. But what about the legendary $1 million 1979 penny? There have been rumors of a rare experimental or mistruck 1979 penny selling for $1.8 million, though solid proof of the sale remains elusive. It is always worth checking your pocket change because you never know when you might have a rare variety hiding in plain sight. If you think you have a valuable 1979 penny, here are a few steps to verify its worth. Check the mint mark. Look for a Type 2S mint mark or any doubling on a Denver minted coin. Look for errors, misaligned strikes, die breaks, and off-center errors are rare but valuable. Check the condition. A well-preserved, uncirculated coin holds more value than a worn-out one. Use a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Tiny details make all the difference. Get it graded. If you suspect you have a rare variety, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC for authentication. Sell it wisely. Auction houses, eBay, and Numismatic websites are great places to list valuable coins. So, do you have a rare 1979 Lincoln penny sitting in your coin jar? It might just be worth more than you think. Keep your eyes open, check your change, and who knows? If you love coins, treasure hunting, and learning about rare finds, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about the 1980 Lincoln penny, its history, its current market value, and whether there are rare versions that could be worth a fortune. Stick around, because you might have a small fortune hiding in your coin jar. The 1980 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, which started in 1959 and continued until 2008. This coin was struck by the U.S. Mint and features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. By 1980, these pennies were still being made from a copper composition, unlike later years when they transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. The U.S. Mint struck these pennies in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a breakdown of their mintage figures. With such high mintage numbers, most 1980 pennies are common. However, some rare varieties and errors can make them worth much more than face value. Off-center strikes. A 1980 penny with an off-center strike of 50% or more, while keeping the date intact, can fetch $50 to $200 depending on its condition. Double die errors. A double die obverse or reverse, especially one that affects Lincoln's profile or the lettering, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Die cracks and cuds. These can appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Some well-placed die cracks that resemble known patterns or shapes can bring in significant premiums. Struck on wrong planchet. If a 1980 penny was accidentally struck on a dime planchet or another coin's planchet, its value can reach thousands of dollars at auction. Current market value of a 1980 penny. Most circulated 1980 pennies are only worth face value due to their high mintage. However, uncirculated examples graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC can sell for $5 to $25. A full red gem in MS67 can go for over $1,000 due to its rarity and high grade. But what about the $1.7 million claim? Is there a 1980 Lincoln penny actually worth that much? The $1.7 million Lincoln penny story. While no known 1980 penny has officially sold for $1.7 million, some Lincoln cents from other years have reached jaw-dropping values due to their extreme rarity. Examples include the 1943 bronze penny and the 1955 double die. If a unique mint error, such as a one-of-a-kind double denomination or an experimental strike, were to surface from 1980, it could fetch a seven-figure price at auction. So always check your change and keep an eye out for rare features. Check your change. Even today, you might find an uncirculated penny in circulation. Use a magnifying glass. Small details like doubling or die cracks can add major value. Weigh your coins. A 1980 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If you find one with a different weight, it could be an error coin. Send it for grading. If you believe you have a rare penny, get it certified by PCGS or NGC for authentication.so. Is your 1980 Lincoln penny worth a fortune? Most likely not, but certain error varieties can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. While the idea of a $1.7 million 1980 penny remains unproven, rare coins have shocked collectors before, so it's always worth checking. If you love coins, treasure hunting, and learning about rare finds, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about the 1980 Lincoln penny, its history, its current market value, and whether there are rare versions that could be worth a fortune. Stick around, because you might have a small fortune hiding in your coin jar. History of the 1980 Lincoln penny. The 1980 Lincoln cent is part of the long-running Lincoln Memorial series, which started in 1959 and continued until 2008. This coin was struck by the U.S. Mint and features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. By 1980, these pennies were still being made from a copper composition, unlike later years when they transitioned to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982, mintage numbers and varieties. The U.S. Mint struck these pennies in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Here's a breakdown of their mintage figures. With such high mintage numbers, most 1980 pennies are common. However, some rare varieties and errors can make them worth much more than face value. Key error coins to look for: off-center strikes. A 1980 penny with an off-center strike of 50% or more while keeping the date intact can fetch $50 to $200 depending on its condition. Double die errors. A double die obverse or reverse, especially one that affects Lincoln's profile or the lettering, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Die cracks and cuds. These can appear as raised lines or blobs on the coin's surface. Some well-placed die cracks that resemble known patterns or shapes can bring in significant premiums. Struck on wrong planchet. If a 1980 penny was accidentally struck on a dime planchet or another coin's planchet, its value can reach thousands of dollars at auction. Current market value of a 1980 penny. Most circulated 1980 pennies are only worth face value due to their high mintage. However, uncirculated examples graded MS65 or higher by PCGS or NGC can sell for $5 to $25. A full red gem in MS67 can go for over $1,000 due to its rarity and high grade. But what about the $1.7 million claim? Is there a 1980 Lincoln penny actually worth that much? The $1.7 million Lincoln penny story. While no known 1980 penny has officially sold for $1.7 million, some Lincoln cents from other years have reached jaw-dropping values due to their extreme rarity. Examples include the 1943 bronze penny and the 1955 double die. If a unique mint error, such as a one-of-a-kind double denomination or an experimental strike, were to surface from 1980, it could fetch a seven-figure price at auction. So, always check your change and keep an eye out for rare features. Tips for finding valuable 1980 pennies. Check your change. Even today, you might find an uncirculated penny in circulation. Use a magnifying glass. Small details like doubling or die cracks can add major value. Weigh your coins. A 1980 penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If you find one with a different weight, it could be an error coin. Send it for grading. If you believe you have a rare penny, get it certified by PCGS or NGC for authentication.so. Is your 1980 Lincoln penny worth a fortune? Most likely not, but certain error varieties can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. While the idea of a $1.7 million 1980 penny remains unproven, rare coins have shocked collectors before, so it's always worth checking. We are diving deep into the 1996 D Lincoln penny to uncover its fascinating history, potential value, and why some collectors are willing to pay big bucks for certain variations of this coin. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909 When it was first introduced to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, the design by Victor David Brenner featured the iconic bust of Lincoln on the obverse and originally had wheat stalks on the reverse, which were later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. The 1996 D. Lincoln penny is part of the series featuring this memorial before the design changed again in 2009 for the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. Now, let us talk about the 1996 D. Lincoln penny itself. This coin was minted at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small d mint mark below the year. On the obverse, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these coins, making them common in circulation. However, not all 1996 D pennies are created equal. Some special variations and errors can make certain pennies extremely valuable. One of the biggest factors that determines a coin's value is its condition. A regular 1996 D penny in circulated condition is usually worth face value, but if you have one in uncirculated condition, or even better, a high grade certified by a professional grading service, it can be worth significantly more. Coins that grade MS67 or higher can fetch hundreds of dollars, and in some rare cases even more. Now let us discuss errors that can make the 1996 D. Lincoln penny worth. Serious money collectors and numismatists are always on the lookout for coins with rare mint errors, such as double die errors, off-center strikes, broad strikes, or clipped planchets. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck with a misaligned die, causing parts of the design to appear doubled. This can make a coin extremely rare and valuable. Similarly, an off-center strike where the design is misaligned due to an error in the minting process can increase a coin's value dramatically. Another highly sought-after error is the wrong planchet error. This occurs when a penny is accidentally struck on a different type of metal blank, such as a dime planchet. If you come across a 1996 D penny that looks unusual in weight or composition, it could be a rare and valuable error coin. Now let us talk about the highest value reported for a 1996 D. Lincoln penny. Some extremely rare specimens with unique errors and pristine condition have been known to sell for thousands of dollars. One exceptional coin graded at MS69 sold for an astounding amount in the collector market, while certain error coins have fetched high sums at auctions. Although it is rare to find a 1996 D penny worth $1.5 million, some rare errors and high-grade coins have been known to reach incredibly high prices, especially when sought after by serious collectors. If you want to determine whether your 1996 D. Lincoln penny is valuable, start by checking for any visible errors such as doubling, missing design elements, or unusual weight and appearance. Then consider getting your coin graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC, as they can authenticate and certify its condition, increasing its marketability and value. So next time you come across a 1996 D. Lincoln penny, do not just dismiss it as pocket change. Take a closer look, because you might be holding on to a hidden treasure that could be worth thousands or even more. We dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins. If you have a penny jar at home, you might want to start digging through it, because today we are talking about the 2002 1-cent Lincoln penny. While most people assume that modern pennies are worthless beyond their face value, some rare varieties can be worth thousands and even millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. There is a rare 2002 penny that has been valued at a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Stay tuned as we uncover the history, value, and how you can identify valuable 2002 pennies in your collection. The history of the 2002 Lincoln penny. The 2002 Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design featuring Lincoln's bust on the obverse was created by Victor David Brenner and has remained a staple of American currency ever since. On the reverse, the 2002 penny features the iconic Lincoln Memorial design, which was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. Most 2002 pennies were struck using copper-plated zinc, composition that was introduced in 1982 to replace the traditional bronze alloy due to rising production costs. While billions of these pennies were minted, making them common in circulation, certain errors and special varieties have made some of them incredibly valuable. Rare 2002 penny varieties. While most 2002 pennies are worth only face value, rare varieties and mint errors can command high prices among collectors. Here are some of the most valuable 2002 penny errors and special varieties to watch for. 2002 double die obverse. A double die obverse occurs when the coin's design is accidentally imprinted twice on the die, causing noticeable doubling on the letters and numbers. If you find a 2002 penny with doubling, especially on the word Liberty or the date, it could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition and demand. 2002 off-center strike. Off-center struck coins occur when the planchet is misaligned during the striking process, resulting in a partial or completely off-center image. The value of an off-center 2002 penny depends on how extreme the error is, with more dramatic misalignments fetching higher prices. Some of these pennies have sold for over $500 at auction point 2002 no mint mark error. While most pennies from 2002 were minted at either the Philadelphia or Denver mint, some rare examples lack a mint mark due to an error in the production process. These coins are highly sought after by collectors and can be worth hundreds of dollars depending on their condition. Point 2002 clipped planchet error. A clipped planchet error occurs when a portion of the coin is missing due to a mistake during the blank cutting process. These errors can vary in severity, and more dramatic clips can fetch prices upwards of $1,000.2002. Experimental composition penny. A rare handful of 2002 pennies were struck on experimental planchets using different metal compositions. These coins were never intended for circulation and are extremely rare. One such example sold for over $10,000 due to its unique composition and rarity. The $1.4 million 2002 Lincoln penny. One of the most exciting discoveries in recent coin collecting history is the rumored existence of a 2002 Lincoln penny worth a staggering $1.4 million. This penny is believed to be an experimental strike or a unique mint error that escaped into circulation. While exact details remain scarce, collectors speculate that this coin was struck on a rare planchet, possibly using a composition intended for another denomination, or even struck as a test piece for a future design. If you happen to find a 2002 penny that looks unusual, it is worth having it appraised by a professional numismatist. Current market value of 2002 Lincoln pennies. For most 2002 pennies, their value remains at 1 cent due to the high mintage numbers. However, pennies in uncirculated condition or with errors can be worth significantly more. Here is a breakdown of current market prices. Regular 2002 Lincoln pennies in circulated condition are worth face value. Uncirculated 2002 pennies graded MS65 or higher can sell for $5 to $25. Double die obverse errors can fetch between $100 and $1,000 depending on the severity of the doubling off-center strike. Errors can be valued from $50 to over $500. Clipped planchet pennies range from $100 to $1,000. The rare experimental composition penny sold for over $10. The rumored $1.4 million 2002 penny remains a mystery, but collectors are eagerly searching for it. How to identify and sell your 2002 penny. If you believe you have a valuable 2002 Lincoln penny, follow these steps to confirm its worth. Examine the coin closely under a magnifying glass to check for doubling errors, missing mint marks, or off-center strikes. Weigh the coin on a precision scale to ensure it matches standard specifications. Compare your penny to known examples of valuable 2002 pennies listed in coin guides or online. Marketplaces have your coin professionally graded by a reputable service such as PCGS or NGC to determine its authenticity and condition. If you have a rare variety, consider selling it at an auction or through a trusted coin dealer. The 2002 Lincoln penny might seem like an ordinary coin, but as we have seen, there are rare varieties that can be worth hundreds, thousands, and even millions of dollars. If you have a penny collection or come across a 2002 penny in your change, take a closer look because you might be holding a small fortune in your hands. We explore the fascinating world of rare coins and currency. If you are a collector or simply interested in valuable coins, you are in for a treat today. We are talking about the 2020 Lincoln penny, its history, and how some of these coins could be worth a lot of money. Believe it or not, there is a rare 2020 penny that has reportedly been valued at an astonishing $1.2 million. Stay tuned as we dive into what makes these coins valuable and what to look for in your own collection. The Lincoln cent has been a staple in American currency since its introduction in 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the coin originally featured the wheat reverse, which was later replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. In 2009, the penny had a special redesign to celebrate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, featuring 4 unique designs representing different stages of his life. Since 2010, the Lincoln Shield reverse has been used, signifying unity and strength. The 2020 Lincoln penny continues the shield reverse design and was minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Most of these pennies are made of copper-plated zinc, with a small number struck in proof and special finish versions. While billions were produced, making them common in circulation, there are certain rare varieties and errors that make some of these pennies highly valuable. Some of the most sought-after 2020 pennies include error coins and special varieties. Error coins occur when a mistake happens during the minting process, creating unique and often rare characteristics. Some key errors to look for include Double die obverse. This occurs when the design is imprinted twice, causing a noticeable doubling effect on Lincoln's face, date, or lettering to off-center strike. A coin that was struck improperly, causing part of the design to be missing. Die cracks and cuds. These result from damaged minting dies, causing raised marks or extra material on the coin's surface. Missing or weak mint mark. Sometimes, pennies may be missing their mint mark or have a barely visible one due to minting issues. Transitional errors. Rare cases where a coin is struck on an unintended metal planchet, increasing its value. Most 2020 pennies found in circulation are worth their face value of 1 cent. However, if you find a coin in uncirculated condition or one with a rare error, it could be worth anywhere from a few dollars to thousands. Here are some examples of 2020 penny value uncirculated. Mint state condition. $1 to $10 proof coins from San Francisco. $5 to $20 double die or significant error pennies. $100 to $5,000 ultra, rare varieties with unique errors. Over $10,000. One of the biggest stories surrounding the 2020 penny is a rumored specimen valued at $1.2 million. This coin is believed to have a rare and dramatic error that makes it one of a kind. While the details of this specific coin remain largely speculative, similar cases in the past have seen coins with extremely rare minting errors or off-metal strikes sell for 6 or 7 figures at major auctions. If you think you may have a rare penny, getting it graded by professional organizations such as PCGS or NGC is the best way to verify its authenticity and potential value. If you want to find valuable pennies, start by checking your pocket change and coin rolls from banks. Here are a few tips to increase your chances of finding a rare 2020 penny. Use a magnifying glass to check for doubling on letters, dates, or Lincoln's features. Look for any unusual surface marks, cracks, or misalignment. Check for missing mint marks or other abnormalities. Compare your penny with online resources or price guides to identify potential valuable errors. Consider having rare-looking coins graded by a professional service. The 2020 Lincoln penny may be common, but rare varieties and mint errors can make some of them extremely valuable. While most of these pennies are only worth face value, rare examples have been known to sell for thousands, and even rumors of a $1.2 million penny have sparked interest among collectors. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, always keep an eye out for these rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin-related content. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting!